This is the Momas e-scooter 1.0, and what differentiates it from some of the other electric kick scooters I've tested is these awesome 10-inch by 2.125-inch rubber tires, pneumatic. So you see that down there? That is a Schrader valve, just like you'd see on a lot of regular bicycles. So there's actually an inner tube inside here, and it really just it adds a lot of comfort to the ride, sort of dampens some of these cracks. I've specifically chosen a street that's bumpy for the ride test to give you a little demo of that, but you'll notice there's no suspension, there's no moving fork up here, and there's no pivoting rear section on this thing. So, it really does rely on those larger tires. Oh my gosh. The other thing about it that adds some comfort are these ergonomic grips. Okay, they're not locking, so I did notice that the left one was twisting just a little bit, but that might help to reduce some of the weight versus having a bunch of extra metal pieces. I do love the folding mechanism here. You kind of pull on this little cylinder, and that allows it to fold down. This is one of the better folding designs I've seen. Some of them have plastic points in there, so this feels sturdy, and the stem also sturdy, telescoping up and down with a quick release right there. The entire weight of the product, I was weighing it earlier, is about 32 pounds. It only comes in one size, matte black finish. It looks really nice. It's professional. This is something you could be proud of if you're an adult and you're like hopping on a train or whatever. I like that it actually has a headlight built in. This is not integrated, but blaze light. It's LED, so you press the little power button and it's gonna, make you a little bit more visible. It's pretty low versus on a bicycle, having it higher up, so you still might wanna, tack something to your helmet or have a backpack with a light on it. This also has a rear light, and it's pretty cool. There's a button up here, it's whooshing red, toggle on off. That's gonna give it sort of minimal brightness with some of these LEDs. It looks like there are 8 total, so maybe a couple of them turn on. But regardless of whether that's switched on or not, anytime that you pull that mechanical brake lever, that has a motor inhibitor built in, so it's going to cut power in case you're using the trigger throttle simultaneously. And it's also going to send a signal to make the rear light even brighter. So this is really cool. There's a lot of extra safety features and just technology built into this without getting in the way too much. Look how sleek that is, that little light just built right into the fender. I tend to, I have like medium-sized feet, maybe like size 10 shoes. And if you look at them next to the deck, you can fit a lot more on this deck. It's a little bit wider. I still tend to put my foot a little bit on this plastic fender. It feels fairly sturdy, but it's not something you'd want to put a lot of pressure on because it will bend. It could potentially crack and can mess up that light. You can see on the underside there's some wiring going on, and I think it's done pretty well, and the housing sort of protects the sides. There's not a lot of exposed cables. Nice little kickstand over there too. But still, it's just a plastic fender. On the front, it's almost full length. I mean, it really comes down, collides a little bit with this cable bunch, but it's got a nice protector on it. It's sort of padded. And when you turn, it gets pushed out of the way, but it's not snagging or anything. So that's kind of nice. I do like the front wheel also, just kind of I don't know what, probably some sort of alloy, aluminum, just sort of a cast design versus spokes or something versus being solid. It's going to keep it lightweight. The material that they use to make the entire scooter is magnesium alloy, so a little bit lighter than just like another aluminum alloy where it's more aluminum. I'm actually hanging out at the Electric Bicycle Center in Fullerton, California. They have a whole bunch of different kick scooters, electric scooters, so I like to swing by, talk to Sam, he's the owner, and today Willie, the founder of Ejo and Momas, is in the shop, so I was going to say hey to him and give that a go. They do sell a bunch of accessories, including a bag for this, an additional charger. The charger's 2 amps, weighs about 1.5 pounds, kind of like a standard laptop charger. There's what the plug looks like, and you just kind of plug it in on the side here. It works out pretty well, but they do sell a lot of those accessories. Sam has these in person. It's nice to be able to try them because there are a large variety of kick scooters these days. This one's a little bit more comfortable with the larger wheels. It's $8.99, so decent price point, but you can get super cheap like Razor scooters at Walmart or online. I think when you get up to something like this, you have more power. It's a 350 watt to 550 watt gearless direct drive hub. Very awesome. I asked Willie, like, what's the torque on that? And he said 90 Newton meters, and I'm a little skeptical of that. That's high. That's higher than like Bosch or Yamaha, but I don't know. It's a small motor. It's getting a mechanical advantage because it's not having to turn a huge wheel. I don't really know, but I was able to climb this driveway. I only weigh 135 pounds, but this is fairly steep, and it's quiet. It's an impressive motor. Very smooth. I don't think you get regenerative braking or anything with this, but you do have good stopping power. 120 millimeter mechanical disc brake right here. And that's just nice to have because you can actuate it very smoothly, just right there. Extra large lever, branded to say Momas. It's clean. It's a really nice looking scooter, but it's also, I think it's just easier for me to kind of naturally squeeze harder if I need to stop quickly or just ease off. Whereas some of the other scooters I've tried where it has like a regenerative brake and it's a twist throttle, it just didn't feel as stable. Also, this is a nice length on the handlebar. So for me, this is one of the more comfortable electric kick scooters. I love that the folding mechanism is also really nice. There's just this single lever right here, and see how it pops the pin right there. Whoop. And then it's kind of doing this one-handed here, and then it just folds down and snaps in right there. Okay, and that's it. Once you've done that, you can lift the whole thing up like this, carry it around. It's not super light, again, 32 pounds, but it's liftable. Try to get this thing steady. It does sort of rest on kind of a metal shield up there, and then that rear wheel. You can do the quick release on the slider like this. Squish it up. Oh, come on. There we go. Like that, so you get really compact. And then the handlebars that I was talking about earlier, just sort of pull this thing and then pivot it in. Look at that. I mean, I just love how clean it is. And I'm not doing a great job here because I'm doing it with one hand. Apologize for that. I'm also on that driveway. But if I can do it with one hand, barely, you should be able to do this just fine getting on a bus. There we go. So, you know, it'd look a little nicer than that. But now if we step back, I mean, you know, it's compact. It's very nice. And one of the things I liked about some of the other designs recently is that you could pick it up and pull it like a suitcase and roll it. I think this one has a little bit of that capability. If you kind of grab the front tire, you could roll it. It's not saying super straight, but that's a nice option if you can't lift it up completely. And again, having that kickstand is kind of nice. There we go. There we go. I think we're pretty stable. I'm just gonna use that kickstand. There we go. Nice. Nice. So that's pretty cool. Let me just kick it back so you can meet Willie, see Sam's shop. I think Sam, they might be back order. I was talking to Sam about this. It's April. I think May is when they're going to have some more stock, and ElectricBicycleCenter.com I think is what they were saying for being able to order these. So yeah, let's meet Willie. Hey, so I'm here with Willie Suwundi, the founder of Ejo. How's it going, man?
Good.
It's awesome to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this was just sort of coincidental. We were hanging out at Electric Bicycle Center, looking at all the different scooters, and you're, you know, just based down in San Diego, so swung up and checking out the inventory and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of neat. So tell me a little bit about the Momas, because these are what I'm used to seeing. Ejo, you know, you've got the Engen over there, we've got the Epic SC. I love this folding bike. It was one of the first ones I reviewed where the battery was all hidden and, you know, really nicely balanced. And now kick scooters. So tell me about that.
So yeah, I mean, we had this idea probably about a year ago, and so you know, we were told about, you know, other kick scooters that's available in the market.
Yeah.
And you know, you always tickle, you know, like we want to see whether we can do better, you know.
Yeah.
So we try out all these kick scooters that are in the market.
Right.
And I think we think we can do better.
Is it something that your customers had asked for? They said like, oh, this is great, a folding e-bike is nice, but I want something even lighter, or, you know, where?
Yes, that's exactly right. And so it's basically what we want is to bridge the last mile solutions for transportations.
Yeah.
So that's why we come up with that kick scooter, you know.
And for those who don't know, last mile is like this idea of getting to and from the bus stop, or to and from the train station.
Exactly.
Something that you can take on with you that's a little bit lighter, because I think these bikes are like around 50 pounds. I'm just generalizing.
Right.
Versus, you know, kick scooter here, it's only like 30 pound range.
30 pounds, right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is the first version. This is 1.0.
1.0.
The e-scooter. Yeah. Is there a favorite feature or something that people might not know that you want to call out about it?
I think the most feature that I really like, it's the, you know, how powerful the motor is, because it's pretty much the same motor that we use for the Epic SE.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. 350 watt up to 550.
Yes.
That's true. That's what I mean. That's kind of amazing. Like, what's the similar type thing? Do you know who makes this? The same manufacturers?
Same Ejo.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
you guys do custom stuff. Do you go to China, or where do you make
Yeah,
it?
I do go to China.
And you speak the language, so
I speak a little bit. Yeah.
a little bit. So
Yeah.
you're all over the map.
Probably
I feel
about
lucky.
60%, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. This has been fun. I had a
Yeah.
great time getting out on it and
thank
trying
you.
out the soft tires. It's just more comfortable than
Yeah.
some of the older, smaller tires. But if people get flats or something like that, you said you have like
We have a replaceable inner tube, and we also have parts in stock, like tires and stuff.
good, and it's a
Yeah.
1-year warranty. So that's
1 year warranty, yes.
yeah. Do people just get it through a dealer kind of thing, and then the dealer
Yeah, they
services
can
it?
go to any bike shops or any e-bikes dealers nearby, and then they can get replaced.
That's why I like Sam's. Yeah, you can come
Yeah,
in, try it
yeah.
out. Do you want to hop on it real quick?
Yeah,
I'd love to see just what someone looks like standing on it, and you don't have a helmet on, so go easy.
Okay, let's do that.
Look at that. So he's turning it on, taking off. There he goes. I like how smooth it accelerates. I think you left like a little skid mark back there. Well, this is fun. Thank you so much
All
for
right.
spending some time with me, Willie, and good luck. This is pretty sweet.
Thank you, Court.
Okay, so now we're gonna do the single-handed unfolding. It's a little bit easier. Just press down on that lever and then lift on the stem until it clicks into place down there. There we go. I mean, I'm really impressed with this design. Again, I've had to struggle with some of the other electric kick scooters in the past and just how firm. There's a little bit of rattle here because I haven't really clamped down on the stem, but it comes up really high. There we go. Just crank this down. There we go. Okay. Now we can go and have some fun on this thing. Even when it's not powered on, there's a little bit of a hum, and there's probably some cogging due to that gearless direct drive design. And cogging happens when you have like electromagnets in there sort of repelling against the rare earth magnets. And so that would be like if I spin this. Here, let me just try to show it. See how it's not spinning super freely? It's because it does have some powerful magnets in there, and there's that repelling that I was talking about, and that's what gives you the humming noise. But when you actually get on this thing and start riding it around, it doesn't seem quite so slow like that. So I'll just kind of kick off. I'm just coasting right now on human power. A little bit of drag. When you're ready to go ahead and turn this thing on, I love the display. See how compact it is? It's really minimal, nice big trigger throttle right there. Stays out of the way. It doesn't compromise the grips, because I think stability is one of the big challenges on a kick scooter, where you're like balancing weight and size versus something that's going to feel solid. So press the power button right here in the middle. This display is really nice. It's backlit. It's fixed, so you can't really take it off, but it's kind of integrated. We've got speed and miles per hour. Over here we've got a battery bar indicator. It's got like 6 little dots, so those go down over time as you use the battery. I'd estimate 15 to 20 miles with this, depending on what level of power you use. And that's the cool thing, it has 3 levels of power. So minus and plus. If we click minus, we go from level 1, which in my experience gets you up to like 7 miles per hour. We'll go to level 2 by hitting plus. I got to like 15 miles per hour, and then level 3, 20 miles per hour. This has a really cool, kind of like a settings menu. If you hold plus, power, and minus for a few seconds, you enter into the settings menu, and there's all these different adjustments. So you can change from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. You can also adjust the top speed, so you could slow it down if you want and change what the assist levels do. It's pretty cool. I'll have like a full guide, like a PDF, back at ElectricRideReview.com in the full review. I'll link to that. It might help you out if you're just trying to figure this out and set it up for your own riding style. Down here we have odometer. And if I press the power button, it cycles through trip meter, time, TM, and then error. So this is like the error code type of thing, which there are no errors, so we're fine. So it's relatively simple with 3 buttons, seems pretty well sealed against water. The warranty on this thing is 1 year comprehensive. Ejo and Momas are based in like San Diego, California area. They've been in business for a number of years, so I feel like, pretty trustworthy stuff. Let's give it a go. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that trigger throttle in level 1 to start out with, and we'll just see how smooth and quiet it can be. There we go, going through some bumps. See, this is nice relaxing speed. I'm up that like 7-8 miles per hour, one-handed. Whoop, pothole. I'm liking the pneumatic tires. Like that's just, it allows the whole thing to feel more solid. It's probably a tougher design this way, but you still get a little bit of improved comfort. And now I might boost it up to level 3. I'm gonna have to take the camera off and mount it on the scooter to get you some awesome shots without crashing this thing. Super quiet, but it's smooth. Here's some bumps. The bigger tires just span most of the cracks. It's a really good ride experience. So there you go, that's the Momas e-scooter 1.0. For the full write-up on this with that guide, with all the error codes and sort of adjustments, and the rest of the stats and some pictures and comments in case you own this or want to compare it to some of the other electric scooters, I will see you back at ElectricRideReview.com. Of course, ride safe.